Yeah.
Welcome to the Lummy Sports Show. Another day with my sidekick, Rhett, and no babyface. Pew, 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 pew. I mean, Brian normally does the introduction, but obviously, as you can see, it's a two-screen. Just me and Rhett, the filthy.
You know, Brian is he's a premium feature. He's a premium host at this point.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think, I know what's said off the record is saved for off the record, but Brian told me personally a little while ago that he's just not seen enough super chats during the sports show, and that's why he doesn't think he can come in, because he feels like, honestly, his time is worth more money than what people want to shell out. Yeah. And I don't mean to completely throw him under the bus with that. But
I mean, it seems like you kind of are. You're making maybe a couple people possibly hate babyface, but
I feel like we try to keep an honest platform on here for the most part. We keep an open line of communication with the listeners, with the Bubba Army. That's what it's all about.
100%.
And I just, people deserve to know, because a lot of people, including myself, are always wondering where Brian is, because I enjoy when he's here.
Oh, I mean, I love when Brian's here. His take on the Jersey guy and on Captain douchebag from the Bucks.
Hey, well, before too long, I mean, you know what I think it is, actually?
What is it? Let's hear it.
I think he's ducking you. I think he's scared of you, and I think that's because he knows that he's going to have,
Let's hear it.
He's going to have an afternoon.
Let's hear it.
He's going to have an afternoon to fill with watching your truck.
And don't worry, I've already cut those.
And
all my clips, I got them cut, ready to go. I'm waiting for the pen to be signed.
They're just sitting on a flash drive
the pen,
somewhere.
The signature. Oh no, no, they're in the system.
So for the uninitiated, there was a bet made, an official bet made, or was it kind of a passing thing, a verbal agreement,
was on air,
if you will?
Bubba made it up, and Brian was like,
I know we're technically not allowed to bet on the sports show, but...
No, I mean, this is kind of just a passing thing. Like, look,
Sure.
If you're right, you're right. 813-90-BUBBA, 813-90-Bubba.
So the bet was that if Aaron Rodgers goes anywhere but Green Bay, actually. I don't know if it was just the Jets. I thought it was anywhere but Green Bay.
No, it was anywhere. It was February 28th.
And
I remember that because I got good advice, and I honestly would have done it, but Ashley, she gave me kind of a heads up when it kind of was getting a little closer. She goes, "You need to go find those clips," and I didn't know it was from February 28th.
She's the one who put you on the know too.
Well,
She's the one that lets you know.
Well, and I'm like, and I went through all the different shows when he would have called. And I never thought that he would call during Dr. Dan's, when Dr. Dan's on, but he did. It was February 28th, and I cut it down. And Bubba goes, something's got to happen. You're going to have to wash Brian's car or wash it. I'm like, yep, okay. So, and he said he was 85% guaranteed. He was 85% confident.
85%. He was willing to die on the hill of 85%.
85, and that's a B in school. 85% confident that Aaron Rodgers would be back.
Well, as a betting man,
Packer.
Lummy.
I mean, and listen, technically, Aaron Rodgers could come out at 1:00 today, and he could say, as you've said, everyone in the media and everyone, you guys are fucking suckers. And guess what? I'm going back to the Packers.
Yeah,
but there's a good chance that he doesn't.
Right.
And I know that you literally put your foot right in the ground. You put like 27,000 pounds of concrete around it. You're not going anywhere on that. You are still confident that he is going to.
I really do, because once I saw Alan Lazard go over there, and then you start connecting the dots, he gets reunited with Nathaniel Hackett. Mm-hmm. It makes a lot of sense, obviously. And then the Trey Wingo report, jumping the gun, got everybody excited. I want to move.
Listen, I don't even care anymore.
If I had more faith in Aaron Rodgers as anything but a self-absorbed drama queen, then maybe I would think that this is a legit thing that's happening. But it's just so funny, because the amount of times everyone has gone to bed thinking that, a quarterback is going to come here, and then the next day he doesn't. Just like when history repeated itself, Brett Favre to the Jets back in the day, everyone went to bed thinking he was a Buck. Brett Favre went to bed thinking he was going to play in Tampa Bay. He told the Packers he wanted to be in Tampa Bay. And I know that Green Bay and New York has apparently communicated, and they've worked out the language of what the contract would be, and obviously they're sending over all of these resources. And it's so funny that a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, who says, "I don't have the weapons to win in Green Bay," is now requesting all the weapons he had in Green Bay over in New York. I still think deep down inside, though, I'll end it with this. I think deep down inside, he's just trying to get a couple of his boys paid. He knows that he's probably going to have 1 or 2 more years left. Allen Lazard, after Aaron Rodgers retires, I mean, not to say that he's not going to get that contract, but if he plays in Green Bay for those years with a shitty quarterback, then it's like, what good is... You know what I mean? Like, I really think he's just trying to hook some guys up. But we'll see. You think it's a done deal?
No, listen. At this point in time, I really don't give 5 fucking shits. I mean, look, I've cheered for the Packers to win every Sunday except when they play the Bucks because I want Bubba in a good mood. Trust me. That is 100%. I literally want the Packers.
You're a Packer fan by proxy.
I want the Packers to win because Bubba will be in a good mood. When they lose, he is kind of shitty.
Well, it's
like
funny
when I mean
too,
his attitude, because I totally get it. Because last year, you've seen it and we talked about it. There were times that when the Bucks would have a really shit, and you're just watching it, I come in a bad mood, and I never was like that before. And I was in a shitty mood, but at this point now, I want Aaron Rodgers to go to the Jets, so babyface is wrong. And he fucking has to wash my goddamn truck.
And it's evidence that you're going to have until the end of time that he
is wrong. Because he's like, hey, I told you, Bubba, if you remember, right, last year, the same thing, and Lummy was he was full hot that Aaron Rodgers was not going to be a Packer. And guess what? I was right, and I am right. I'm right. Bubba, I'm right. I know everything about sports. Tua Tagovailoa, he has the greatest arm ever. And, the stats and blah, blah, blah. I can preach stats all I want. That's my baby face impression.
Yeah, I like it.
Pretty good?
Yeah,
I'm no you, but
hey,
listen,
right, man, with our
but like you said, I feel Aaron Rodgers, in his mind, wants to be Tom Brady. You remember when Tom Brady came here, he wanted Gronk. Come on, he wanted Gronk.
I don't know if it goes that deep.
You don't think so? He wanted Gronk. He wanted Shaq Mason. He wanted to get Fournette. He had different guys.
So you think he's comparing
Antonio Brown
to Tom Brady going to a new team, and a team that before then had usually been, not talked about in a very good light, putting together his own sort of core and then taking a run at it. I mean, in a sense, yeah, but
and he hates Google cunt. He hates Google cunt. Think about it. I still think...
Did he hate Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick? I know he was ready to get out of there, but did he hate them?
I mean, he might have not liked the way maybe Bill Belichick wasn't letting Tom Brady bring in his guys or whatever, because think about this. Antonio Brown came here. Aaron Rodgers, I think, and you even said he's a prima donna, right?
Oh, of course. He loves the attention.
Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, is still so bitter and is holding such a grudge from them drafting Jordan Love and not communicating with him on that draft, or maybe the following, because what is it, last year or 2 years ago is when they finally started talking to him about the draft. I think that he is so bitter about it that he wants to go to the Jets and say, look, if we would have had these guys right here, we would have won a Super Bowl. If you guys would have actually brought me in, listen to me, we would have won a Super Bowl. He saw Tom Brady go down to Tampa. You remember the first year with Tom Brady? It was almost like Tom Brady was the GM. He was the coach.
Yeah, you get Antonio Brown in the middle of the season. Everyone's reporting that, this is Tom making a move. This is Tom rallying the front office to try and sign Antonio Brown. And that was a big difference maker for the Bucs in the second half
and Gronk,
of the season.
Gronk hasn't played in a year. He's going to be slow. Right. They brought him along, and then Gronk all of a sudden became, a superstar.
And with all due respect to Aaron Rodgers, as much as I don't like his attitude, as a quarterback, I think he's earned the right to maybe go to a franchise and have a little bit of say-so in who he wants around him if they believe he can get him to a championship. And I think he is talented enough to win a championship.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like the Packers, they've never made it across the finish line. They've never been the better team on Championship Sunday.
Yeah, and Bubba said it. Bubba said it multiple times too. He said, This is 2 years ago. You need to give Aaron Rodgers the same thing that Tom Brady has. And everyone was saying that.
You give any fucking quarterback the same thing Tom Brady had, though. I mean, that's enough context in itself to let you know that, like, you know, they're gonna cater to this guy. The experience factor plays a part. He's good enough. He was a back-to-back MVP. You know, I do think Brady was robbed in 2021, but you know, the guy was back-to-back MVP for a reason. He played well enough to back that shit up, and I think if a franchise wants to give him whatever the hell he's asking for, because the Packers clearly don't, then let him do it. But how committed is he? You know what I mean?
I'm having flashbacks.
Because like him and the Packers, I know Bubba's made this comparison before, but like him and the Packers are on a little break right now. Like that's been his long time main piece, right? They've been together how many years? 15, 16, 17 years?
Yeah.
He's been single. He's been on the prowl. He's been on a break. So he's been, you know, single on a technicality, but he's had a little time to stretch his legs, maybe go look at some other booty. And, you know, he's been talking to the Jets, and he likes talking to the Jets. And he likes talking to the Jets more than he thought he would, right? Because he's been talking to all these other chicks. But he likes the Jets, and he's surprised. And the Jets are willing to bend over backwards for him, and the Jets are willing to do all the freaky shit that, you know, his old girl Green Bay doesn't want to do anymore,
Nope.
and he likes it. Yeah, he does find himself liking it. You know, I think of him as a man of faith, but look at Tom fucking Brady, 20 years at another franchise, 6 Super Bowls. It wasn't enough to keep him back from that Tampa Bay poontang.
But,
so it's one of those things where, I mean, this is where my stance completely falls apart, and I totally buy into why he would want to go into the Jets, you know.
But Brad, you got to think about this.
You're giving him so much credit because he's just a troll. Like
Red, hold on. But Red, future, Jesus Christ. The past is repeating itself. History is repeating itself.
Oh, yeah.
Think about this. The Bucks released everybody once they got rid of John Gruden, right? 2010, it was a rebuild. Bucks are doing the same thing. When Brett Favre was playing games with the Packers, I'm going to retire. I want this guy. I want this. I'm going to retire, right?
Yeah, so are you telling me they're not going to send him to the Jets?
No, because they did. They sent Brett Favre to the Jets.
Yeah, but
Brett Favre was so bitter. I know he wanted to go to the Bucks. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is that I think that this relationship with them, like you're saying, that Brett Favre, he wanted to go to the Bucks because then, a year later, Brett Favre then said, "Fuck the Jets," and I'm going to the Vikings because I hate the Packers so much. I think if they don't trade Aaron Rodgers to the Jets and he has to come back to the Packers, that he probably will, have so much bitterness to him, or probably retire. But I'm saying is that it's all coming back where Aaron Rodgers hates the Packers so much that he just wants to get the fuck out of there, and he wants to prove that he is still a winner. Same thing Brett Favre did when he went to the Vikings. Like, he just wants to prove he is still a winner and that the Packers don't know what the fuck they're doing, and that he has a bone to pick. Because like you said, Aaron Rodgers is an egotistical douchebag who cares about himself, likes seeing himself in the media, likes probably proving people wrong, who probably thinks that he's smarter than everyone else.
Well, like, what did he say a couple of weeks ago where Gronk kind of gave him a hard time about it? He said something like, oh, if you go to another team, could you see yourself winning MVP there? He's like, yeah, I could see myself winning MVP at this organization or some shit like that.
Of course.
Didn't talk about Super Bowls, didn't talk about championships,
MVP,
didn't talk about winning the division, competing with other quarterbacks. It's all about, yeah, I can win MVP there.
Because, see, look, I think there's the difference, and maybe, obviously, we don't know Tom Brady. There's only one person that knows Tom Brady, and that's who he is. But the difference is that I feel like Tom Brady wants a good team around him, and that he knows that, hey, if I win a Super Bowl, there's possible I can win an MVP because I'm good. Aaron Rodgers, I see, is I can win an MVP. Now let's just put the people around it, and if we win a Super Bowl, we win a Super Bowl. Now, do I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to come out and play probably as hard as ever as Tom Brady did the first year? Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers wants to literally pull down his pants and say "suck it" to the Packers if he is able to sign with the Jets, if he goes over there,
right?
And I think He feels like he's going to have way more freedom. And the OBJ thing, too, there's no way OBJ wants to go to Green Bay. He wants to go back to New York. I think OBJ wants to also tell the Giants. You know what I mean? What other way for another guy with an ego like OBJ
I know, right?
than to go back to New York? And you're now, because the Giants kind of gave up on him, and go back to New York for the Jets.
Well, he had actually had that physical visit. Jesus Christ. He had that physical visit with the Giants around Thanksgiving, I think, or first week of December, and that ended up falling through because he wasn't quite there physically. I don't know if he's been back with them since then, but I remember the talks had picked back up. The thing with Rodgers, though, and the thing with putting a team around him and bringing in all of this talent and giving in to whatever he asks for, you also have to ask yourself, is he going to get the most out of all this talent? And I don't know that he is. I don't know that he's going to be able to do it. You heard so much about, and to make the Tom Brady comparison again, because it's always going to be there. For some reason, that's always the quarterback people directly relate him to. I mean, the two most successful quarterbacks over the last 20 years, more than likely. But it's like, you make that comparison, and what Tom Brady was able to do with a stacked roster, or even a shitty roster, was get the most out of those players. Like Mike Evans, man, was a dude the years before with Jameis, but he was pretty damn good when he needed to be with Tom Brady here. I felt like there were certain levels where he took his game up a notch. Like Antonio Brown at over 30 years old, I don't think he's going to be doing all of that stuff for any other quarterback. No. Rob Gronkowski coming out of retirement, all of the context with these players is important, but what I'm saying is that, I just don't think Aaron Rodgers can put together a championship team.
This is the thing.
I don't think he can. I just don't think he can do it, and that's why he, hasn't been able to do it.
I think he can turn it on.
Yeah,
and this is the thing.
He's so good.
But
he's so good.
He is, but I think people have short-term memories, and I'm not saying that it's gonna be Tom Brady's gonna disappear, but Tom Brady, as of right now, is retired. Tom Brady is retired. So if Aaron Rodgers comes out next year and let's say he's with the Jets, he's got his guys, and he's winning, and he's putting up fucking unbelievable stats. What is everyone? Are they going to talk about Tom Brady retiring, or are they going to talk about Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers, right? And then next year, the following year, the same thing, right? So then when Aaron Rodgers in 2-3 years retires, it's going to be everyone thinking what that quarterback, the last quarterback, it's going to be, man, Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets. It's in New York. They haven't won since Super Bowl III. They haven't been back to the fucking Super Bowl, I think, since
you got Joe Namath,
and it's in New York.
Joe Namath unretiring his number for the guy.
Yeah, and it's in literally New York. Everyone's going to talk about. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers came into New York. He won a Super Bowl. He had 2-3 good years. You know what I mean? That's how it's gonna be. And then when he has a retirement, everyone's gonna worship him, and how maybe the Packers held him down, but he still won a Super Bowl there, and he has all these MVPs and yada yada. It builds up his ego, and I really think that's what it is. He wants to go on the biggest stage, which is technically New York.
Number one market in the world.
He wants to be there. He wants to prove that he can lead the Jets that haven't been there since the damn 60s, 70s. He wants to be like, I did this. Yeah, Tom Brady went from the Patriots to the Bucks. They gave him everything, but the Bucks at least won it this time. They had a team. I'm taking this Jets team, and I'm leading them. I'm the MVP. I'm this, I'm that. That's his ego. You said he's an ego maniac.
Absolutely. No, I agree. Well, listen, I mean, if he wants to do it, then so be it. Go let him do it. But I think, truthfully, that Jets team with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, I know they got a good defense, but I think they're going to struggle to win 10 games.
Really?
Yeah.
10 games?
Well, you start.
Hold on, let's look up their thing.
Picking them at fucking 11 and 12, 13 wins on the season. That's a lot. That's a lot of wins.
Let's look up their. I mean, hold on. Yes, you know what? You are true.
I didn't really want to go on a deep dive on the New York Jets roster here.
No, I was going to look at the schedule real quick.
Hypothetical. It is a free agency edition of the Lummy Sports Show.
Well, no, I know.
Hold on, but hold on. To cover the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But hold on. Well, I want to look at their schedule though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it.
I was going to do the roster.
Yeah.
I was going to look at their schedule
All right,
real quick. And you got to remember, because it is the free agent thing, the Dolphins have been killing it, and the Dolphins are in that same division.
Oh, my God, man. Yeah, Dolphins have got to be the runaway favorite. And that's the thing, too. They fucking play the Jet. Like, the
That's
Jets
what I'm
play
saying.
the Dolphins twice a year.
So when you said 10 wins, I was like scoffing at it, but then I go, wait, the Dolphins have been fucking just killing it.
Yeah. So you got Washington. That's a win.
Okay, Dallas.
Dallas 50-50.
It's because it's at Dallas. Okay,
Sure.
at Denver, that's probably a win.
Could be a win, yeah.
At Vegas.
Sean Payton in Denver. I don't know what those first 2 weeks
that's
are going to look
true.
like for them.
That's true.
Vegas, that's a win against Jimmy G.
At Miami, that's probably a Miami
that's
win.
50-50, but yeah, probably Miami win.
New England at New England.
Division games are tough, but it's probably a win.
At the Giants. Ooh, that's a tough one right there.
Yeah, Giants probably going to be a tough team next year.
Buffalo Bills. Oh, man.
Tough team.
This is a tough schedule. Oh, shit.
Dolphins again.
Hold on. This
Kansas
is a real.
City.
You know what, Red? You might have fucking actually came on some. This is a really tough schedule.
They got Philly. They got the Chargers. Buffalo again.
The Chiefs, the Chargers, Eagles, Bills, Browns, Texans, Falcons.
Yeah. I mean, you can make a little home run stretch between, the last 3 weeks of the season. You're playing Cleveland. I don't know what Deshaun Watson's going to look like next year. Hopefully he looks like shit.
Wow,
the last 3 games, Atlanta and Houston, they could make a run on it. But with the Jets, like, that's a schedule to me where you've got tough games sprinkled so perfectly in between each other that it's hard to go on a roll.
But they haven't set the dates yet.
You're right. That is true. We weren't looking at.
But
week
still,
1, 2, 3.
the opponents that they are playing,
right?
That's a tough schedule.
Yeah, it is.
And now I'm starting to go. Did Aaron Rodgers, when he was in that sleep fucking sack, did not look at the schedule that he might be playing against? Because the Dolphins have been kicking some ass in free agency.
And they got some good young pieces, too. I think that's another thing about New York that a guy like Aaron Rodgers is going to look at and he's going to admire because, what's his name? Garrett Wilson, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Sauce Gardner, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Like, they fucking got a young core in New York. They got Jordan Whitehead still balling out at safety. Good pieces on that defense. A couple of guys they just brought in. Obviously, Alan Lazard there now. So it's like, if Christian Watson is signed there before the end of the week, then then the New York Packers are maybe get 10, 11 wins. But, despite that young talent, it's a really tough division. You got Buffalo and Miami twice a year. Buffalo's going to be a team scorned next year, and Miami's just going all in. So
and New England's not always a gimme either.
New England's about to fucking finish last in that division, though. Isn't that crazy?
But yeah, I know, and they're not a bad team.
No, they're not.
And they can always surprise. 813-90 Bubba. But we're talking about the free agency, and I know we definitely will dive into. I mean, especially what's happening with the Bucks and the Cowboys and the Dolphins and everything. But I want to have this take on Lamar Jackson and see what you think. So Lamar Jackson is still sitting out there, and I was sitting the other day thinking, where the hell could Lamar Jackson go now? What do you think about him going to the Colts?
Do they have what it takes to go all in? What does their cap space looks like? Because I don't think they paid Matt Ryan that much.
Well, yeah.
And I think it was only a 1-year deal, so they just really actually, no, it was probably not. That was a funny noise. Sorry, I got cotton mouth from the pregame. What does our cap space look like? You know what I mean? Because the Colts don't strike me as a team that's ready to. Well, you know what? That's been the difference maker for a team like the Colts. So maybe they may as well just.
Well, yeah, they'll save
some weight.
Matt Ryan's going to be 18.
They'll save because they have been
million.
in quarterback purgatory ever since the end of Andrew Luck. And you look at the talent, and it's a shame because that's a talent that can fucking win with a consistent quarterback.
Yeah, Matt Ryan.
That's a roster that can win. That's what I mean to say.
If he retires, or release that they've been talking about, they'll save $18 million. They'll have $18 million in cap space, but they'll also save about $18 million.
Yeah, so I don't know what their number is sitting at now.
Just salary cap, 229. So they're a little under.
Okay.
So
they really don't have that much. Let's say they're right around.
I think they have about $2 million. Yeah, 10. It says estimated cap space 10.3 million.
Yeah, that's a roster that can win.
Oh,
They need a right quarterback.
If
but
Jonathan Taylor can come back.
Older. Darius Leonard, I think they just paid him, the linebacker. He's getting older. Jonathan Taylor is a little broke down.
But, I mean, if you have a quarterback that can take off some of that stuff, I mean, Michael Pittman Jr. shows flashes of different things.
I do think they would need to go out on a limb to get another, number one, because Michael Pittman hasn't been it.
No, but once again, I mean, like you said, if they If they maybe go out and get a decent. What's the fucking?
I mean, that's a franchise-altering move. I think I've said this before, but like you really got to buy in and change the landscape of what you expect to accomplish. And the Colts have been a team that for the last 3 or 4, 5 years, every year we have said they just need a quarterback, and then they go out and they get a guy, and it's like, oh, this guy could work. He wins some games, but he's usually the difference maker into why they lose more games than win these last couple of years.
Yeah, Kyle Ashley in chat said the Colts will have $25 million.
Okay, so you shed some more weight, or you package a trade and you figure something out.
Who's the fucking guy from the Cardinals? Hopkins.
DeAndre
Hopkins. You know,
yeah,
he worked
he's
a
on the
couple
market.
of friendly
I know
deals.
he's 31, but he's still one of the best in the game.
I mean, can you see? Because other than let's
a lot
say
of free agent running backs, if they want to get rid of Jonathan Taylor,
I don't think they do.
I don't think so either. He's still on a rookie deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, all right, obviously besides maybe even the Texans, but where do you see Lamar Jackson going? If he's not going.
I know they just signed Taylor Heineke, but I could expect Atlanta still. I think they have what it takes to make a move, and they've really been bolstering up. They've had a pretty, like, kind of quietly good free agency. They got a couple of good offensive linemen. I think a wide receiver or two. But I don't know, man. Like, outside of the AFC, you look at the NFC and you look at quarterback-needy teams. Maybe Carolina? You know, Carolina,
yeah, but
Atlanta,
the way they
the
just traded everybody for that number 1 pick.
I know.
It seems like they're just sold.
No, you're right. I totally fucking forgot. See,
I was kind of sold. Like you just said, I was kind of sold until this weekend when I saw that they traded almost, the whole entire chip for number 1, which was it blew me away.
I know it wouldn't make him very happy, but the Texans realistically could try and make it happen.
Yeah, they got a good amount of draft picks. I mean, but if you're looking at it, I'm looking at the Raiders.
No,
they can't afford them though.
No, they barely just got Jimmy G. Like they're already paying Jimmy G $10 million a year. I think they're overpaying him.
Yeah. The Commanders. I don't see really doing it. Chicago?
I don't really see Chicago.
Listen, the Lions could do it, but I think they like Goff.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, the Falcons, the Cardinals, the Rams?
No.
The Stafford. You got to have someone to replace Stafford.
Last I heard is that retirement seems like what's going to happen with Stafford, but he hasn't made a decision yet. I think he's still under contract.
So who the fuck is their backup?
It was Baker Mayfield, but he's a future Tampa Bay Buccaneer, which, by the way, I wanted to bend your ear talk about the Buccaneers quarterback position because it seems like the Bucs are closing in on their next guy. We heard some real interest about Jacoby Brissett of the Browns.
Please no.
Baker Mayfield of the Rams. And Drew Lock, formerly of the Seattle Seahawks. So do you reunite Drew Lock with Dave Canales to bring in some competition for Kyle Trask? Do you sign Jacoby Brissett to bring in some competition for Kyle Trask? Do you sign Baker Mayfield to come in, potentially be your number 1? And Baker Mayfield could be your next guy, right? 25, 26 years old. Obviously has played a lot more bad than good recently. It's not like he is this high acclaimed free agent right now. People are not, busting the door down for him. Gardner Minshew is still on the back burner, but the Bucs have not reported any interest.
They're not even looking at him.
They're not, but how many times a year do you hear stuff float out that, they're going to have interest in this guy, and then they don't even look at him, or vice versa? I would like to hear about them having interest in Minshew, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think that ship has sailed, and I think Baker Mayfield is the most likely candidate. But we'll find out by 4 p.m. today.
Listen,
I don't know about the quarterback situation, but we'll find out about guys like Levante David and some other Bucs free agents by 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, they'll start doing those. I think the quarterback situation, unfortunately, every name you just named wasn't very sexy to make me
I know, it's fucking hot garbage.
To make me drive down to the stadium and suck off my ticket guy.
Aren't you so happy you renewed?
Yeah, I'm super happy.
I know you're thrilled, buddy.
I'm ready to go get a Drew Lock jersey.
I know your super friendly ticket rep was able to talk you into it. He was incredibly warm and friendly, I assure you.
It was more of the contract that I was stuck with. Not it technically wasn't a contract. It was just technically.
Oh, he just told you that you made a commitment.
Commitment to the Bucks. If I gave my tickets, if I paid for my tickets, we'd get a really good quarterback. And
oh, is that what he told you?
Jacoby Brissett. I guess will be staying at my house here pretty soon because that would be absolutely.
Dude, that's like an exclusive meet and greet. He couldn't have got you a better player like Mike Evans or something. He got you a fucking
possible free agent pickup. I mean, listen,
Jacoby Brissett,
the three
Bucks legend Jacoby Brissett.
Listen, you know what's very it's sad, and I know we can be very Bucks heavy, but look, I don't know.
Bucks heavy. We talked about Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
No. I'm talking about
no.
But I'm talking about during the year. Look. The Bucks from 2003 on we've struggled.
Oh, breaking news. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have signed a 1-year deal with Baker Mayfield for $8.5 million, giving him the opportunity to win the QB1 job against Kyle Trask. It is on, baby. Mayfield Mania has arrived.
As I was saying, Rhett, before you just now crushed my soul.
What the fuck? Breaking news, buddy. That's our job.
I know, but I'm very sad.
Yeah?
Because as I was saying, Rhett, we had you were a fan in 0203, right?
I mean, I was 5 years old, but
it doesn't matter. You're still a fan.
Absolutely.
You remember the tough times up until 2019.
Oh, yeah, trust me. I watched a lot more shitty football than good football as a Bucks fan.
Exactly.
I mean, the 2010s, we didn't win shit.
No.
Dude. The whole decade, we didn't win a goddamn thing.
And then the Bucks were in the news, man. We're picking up free agents. We're feeling
we're the biggest team in the world.
Oh, my God. I'm a Bucks fan, motherfucker, and what are you going to do about it? And now we're sitting here sucking Baker Mayfield, who's been now on his fourth team. His fourth team. This is awful.
Can I tell you something?
What? Let me text Ashley and let her know we got Baker Mayfield.
I mean, buddy, this is the price we have to pay for success because there are different ways to win a Super Bowl in the NFL, especially in 2022, 2023, the era that we live in now. And the Bucks sold their soul to win the Super Bowl. They sold their soul to Tom Brady to bring in anyone he wanted to put together a team good enough to compete. And that team fucking competed, right? I mean, won the Super Bowl. Back-to-back division titles, and 2 of the winningest seasons we have ever seen. I mean, a franchise record for wins, right? And it wasn't like Tom Brady didn't come here and wasn't productive. He was one of the best players in the NFL while he was here. 2022 was fucking rough, but he was still a decent quarterback. It's like it unfortunately, this time is going to come. The Bucks drafted a good core, which is why they aren't calling this a total rebuild right now. But if they were a shittier team who won a Super Bowl this way, it would be a rebuild, like what the Rams are going through right now.
Oh yeah, I mean the Rams.
Like the Rams went out like a bunch of fucking chumps. The Bucks won the Super Bowl and then won 13 games the following season. The Rams won the Super Bowl and then completely fell apart in the backstretch. Like it was just an abysmal 2021 campaign for them. Or a 22 campaign, excuse me. But with that being said, like you reap what you sow. This is what it is. The Bucks get an opportunity to figure out the quarterback who's been on the roster for the last 3 years that people have been bitching and moaning that they can't figure out what they want to do. You can't win with a lot of people. With Kyle Trask in particular, we wasted a second-round draft pick. And then the other half of people are like, we'll never get to see him play, so it's a complete waste of a pick, but the guy never got a chance, blah, 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 blah. So he's getting a chance, and you get a chance to see what the second-round draft pick is made of. When we got Tom Brady, we knew it wasn't going to last forever. Like, I know people are upset, but we got a fucking Super Bowl. Like, there have been teams in NFL history who sold their souls to not win shit. And the Bucks got it done. So I don't care. Like, I know it's going to suck, but we're going to take a look at what kind of talent we really have here, because this is how you build football teams. And in my opinion, it's exciting, man.
Listen, Ashley, thank you for listening right now as you drive to the game. Let's go out and buy me a Baker Mayfield jersey.
Let's go.
Baker Mania, as Brett says. That's Baker Mania.
Mayfield Mania, baby. The Bake Show. I've heard it's called the Bake Show.
Oh, is that... You think we could come up with our own thing for the sports show? I mean, I know we don't have the most talented person on the air with us right now.
What are you talking about? I got the strap right here, buddy.
True, that's true. Well, yes, you are correct. But I mean, Babyface, if you ask him after a couple White Claws, will tell you that he is the most talented person ever to be on the air.
Well, of course.
And the most knowledgeable sports show. Over. Yeah, that's actually probably true. All right, well, you know what? Welcome Baker Mayfield to Tampa and everyone in the NFL, the NFC, South. Fuck off. The Bucks are here. Baker Mania is going to take over. Welcome, Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield's running wild, brother.
Yeah.
I like it. She said, let's get baked. Fucking love it, dude.
Let's get
Tampa's
baked.
about to get baked, baby.
Oh, that was Ashley.
I know. That's why, I was putting her over.
Sorry. Let's get baked. You know what? I'm okay. I'm happy about it now. Okay. Because you know what?
I'm telling you, bro.
You and Ashley both talked me into liking it. You know what? So I like it now. No, Baker Mayfield. Well, you know
listen,
what? You
bro,
know what sucks is I did want Gardner Minshew. I wanted Gardner Minshew.
Bro, I wanted Gardner Minshew too. You get to watch Baker Mayfield and Tua Tagovailoa on your TV every single week, bud. Two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. What more could you ask for?
Two of the best quarterback arms in the league. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, dude.
Two of the strongest arms.
I'm telling you, two of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. Yeah,
with the strongest arm.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm telling you.
Let's get baked.
First round pick. First round picks.
Come wait, we got a phone call here. I gotta reset myself. 641.
Hey, what's up, dudes?
Hello, XFL, USFL expert.
What's up, buddy? You ready to get baked?
Yeah, actually, I'm just glad that the Baltimore Colts will be a lot cheaper this year. There won't be a playoff game during Bart.
Thank you for looking at the positives, Brandon. But you know what? I'm going to go on the limb here, just like I went on the limb with saying Aaron Rodgers back in February was going to the Jets. I'm going to say Baker Mayfield is going to lead the Bucks to the playoffs.
Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's get fucking baked.
The Bucks are going to go 10-7 this year, baby. Positivity.
Well, let's just hope it's a wild card and not a divisional championship.
I know we're not too good at those. What's up, Brandon? What else you got for us?
Well, the XFL did fuck me this weekend.
What are you betting on them?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
I was 1 point away from winning $28 for an $8 bet, but they just didn't want to go for the over at 36.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm actually very surprised. Right, I don't know how much XFL you're watching. I keep it on sometimes because there's really nothing else on during the weekends. I'm actually very surprised at the low scoring of the XFL.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be a big scoring game with all those 3-point plays and those 2-point plays, but they don't never do it.
No, it's kind of disappointing. You know, It seems like there's more turnovers. I mean, you could say it's bad play, but I mean, if you look at a lot of the over and unders, it's like 35, 36, 40. I mean, that's pretty low scoring game for a league that's supposed to promote scoring.
Yeah, and they say that they're going to be the league of the future, but I don't think so.
No, what's going to happen is the NFL will probably take 2 or 3 ideas that the XFL has and run with it.
Like the challenging any play, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's kind of good. I mean, what do you think of the extra point thing?
I actually like the overtime thing, except they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, no, I know it's
the shootout rule.
Well, I mean, what do you think of the kickoff?
To me, I think that's it promotes. It promotes not having touchbacks, and it does save the injuries. So I do like that a little bit.
Brent, have you been masturbating lately?
Not yet today, but I'm going.
Exactly, I can tell you
right now. What do you mean?
No, he's a little gummed up right now, right? You can tell.
Yeah,
when he hasn't had his release yet, he gets a little gummed up, and
yes, I am good. But I'm getting used to Snapchat. I just got Snapchat the other day.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck yeah. You getting on them premium snaps?
Hell no, that's just expensive.
Dude, I know. It's
What's a
fucking
premium
crazy.
snap?
Oh, it's these really cool things where it's just another form of girls charging you to see their goodies.
Yeah.
It's Dude, you know where it's the worst?
OnlyFans.
And you know how they promote too is they get on the dating apps and they make you feel special for about 5 minutes, and then they're like, "Hey, I didn't want to tell you this, but I actually make content and I sell meetups," is what they say. And I was wondering if you wanted to check out my content or come meet up with me and maybe engage in some activity for fucking like $300. I mean, it's just digital hookers now, man. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh,
it's like what Baker Mayfield's doing to the Bucks. He's just fleecing them for money.
It's a plague.
Wow, thanks, Brandon, for insulting the Bucks.
Yeah, man, he's really fucking. Do you not like Baker? Is that why you're really trashing Tampa Bay today? Because I've never heard this kind of criticism before. You're coming after our city, coming after our hotel prices, and our fucking football team.
I love the people in the city. You think Baker Mayfield's gonna do?
Yeah, didn't you hear me? 10-7, baby. 10-7.
No, you think he's gonna do commercials inside the stadium?
Yeah, I'll have him fucking walking around.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Raymond James Stadium.
Exactly. It's not gonna be a commercial. It's actually gonna be him. He's just gonna be living in the stadium. He's not gonna do the commercials anymore.
He's gonna stay in the pirate ship.
Yeah, he's gonna be living in the pirate ship.
He's gonna be a practice squad QB who lives in the stadium.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, that's how it's. I mean, listen, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the ESPN or any big, they're not covering. I mean, look, I keep hitting refresh on fucking ESPN. And I'm getting nothing on this Baker Mayfield thing.
I got Craig Allman.
Oh, here we go.
ESPN.
It finally came up.
Go.
Here it is. Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield agreed to a 1-year deal, sources say. Former number 1 overall pick. Well, hopefully he can do a lot better than our other former number 1 picks that we've had in the past.
He'll do all right, though. Honestly, he will. He's got Mike Evans. He's got the best receiving core he's ever had.
That is true. I do think that, he's going to be coming into a system where hopefully he has more consistency than he's had. Like Carolina, that seemed like it was doomed from the start because it seemed like Matt Rule had fucking checked out by that point, and they weren't really taking that quarterback position serious with Sam Darnold, itching to go number 2. So I think the Bucs are in a similar situation, but, it's going to be more clear-cut who wins that quarterback job because that's potentially the future of the franchise. And I think, with a guy like Dave Canales, who was able to do what he did with Geno Smith last year, it's not going to be Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask trying to run a Byron Leftwich style Bruce Arians offense where he's got to make these fucking 35-yard throws on 3rd and 1 over the middle to leave his guy out open and, all of these crazy-ass routes, long developing plays. He doesn't need the best offensive line in the league. Plus, they get a little bit more mobile at that position. I think what Baker was able to do in L.A., they reeled him in a little bit. They didn't ask him to do anything crazy, and he led a fucking game-winning 98-yard drive to win the game.
I believe that was his only game he won in L.A.
Yeah, I think it was too, but, I mean, he did that off of the rip. Like, it wasn't like he was there very long to learn the playbook or the system.
No, I know. I'm just hating on it right now.
Give him
just
time
because...
to install. He's a guy that wants to play.
So.
We'll see how it goes, but I would honestly, as much as I want to get baked in Tampa, I'd love to see Trask win the job. That'd give me more faith in Trask than anything else right now.
Well, you got to think. I mean, Baker Mayfield is young. He's only 27. I mean,
right.
Realistically, we could have a 7-year run. I mean, he's only had a 1-year deal. So as long as
did they update the odds yet on if Tampa Bay's going to win the division?
I wonder what the updated odds are. I don't know if they've updated them since the Baker signing happened.
Yeah, I mean Vegas is pretty good on update. Let's see here. Let's go to my bookie here and see. And yes, Rhett actually talked to us about this in the parking lot. An hour and a half ago, about Zeke.
Oh yeah, Zeke getting released by Dallas. How about that, man?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah,
Holy
he did.
Shit.
Darius Slay also got released by Philly, so he is free to sign with whoever.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to go back to Detroit, but that is an option.
The Zeke thing, a lot of people kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, I think it's long overdue.
And
they
need to keep Pollard.
Yeah, they're going to keep Pollard. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in a Leonard Fournette. If Lenny doesn't go to the Patriots, because I don't know if they've signed another running back just yet. But if he doesn't go to the Pats, I wouldn't be surprised to see him in Dallas.
Do you think Zeke could go to Tampa?
I don't want fucking Zeke here.
not.
Yeah, fuck him.
I hope the Bucks realize that's not what the fuck they need right now.
Please,
Is an
God,
old
no.
decrepit Ezekiel Elliott who can barely do more with the ball than Leonard Fournette was able to do. I mean, Zeke's been in the league for 7 years, man.
It's been that long?
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Like, it feels like 2018, 2019 he came around, but I think it was 2016 was that first season he had. So after 7 years in Dallas and a big maxed out contract at the time, it's like, fuck, dude. I don't
It seems
know.
like after he got out of that big Salvation Army kettle, that's when he
Go
really
hit the
stepped
news
it up.
tab, Lummy. That's usually the most.
That's from a
up-to-date
week ago still, so it looks like it's plus 3,500. Ouch.
Yeah, not great.
Plus 3,500 to win the NFC South, Brandon, as you were asking.
Yeah. I'd still put $1 on that for $35.
Fucking get on that, kid.
Oh.
I mean,
I'm gonna
instead
have
of
to do
betting on
that.
the XFL over and under, put that dollar on on the Bucks to win the NFC South.
So, I mean, we never really got a clear-cut answer, but as an XFL purist, how would you say the product has been? Like, has it been good enough to, really compensate for spring football? What do you think, Brandon?
Well, I think it's better than the USFL, and it's something on TV, like Lummy said, but it's the same. And as long as well, I think they're the best thing that FX and all those other channels have on a Saturday.
Yeah, as long as you can fucking bet on it, then let them play.
Red, this is how I compare it, and I compare it to like watching Brian from Philly, $10 super chat. Thank you so
Let's
much.
go, Brian from Philly.
I compare it to watching Alabama versus Alabama versus Tennessee, Division I football. Watching Division I football, then tuning in to watching Division 2 or 3 football.
New Mexico State.
No, that's still Division I. I mean,
No, I said New Mexico State Tech.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you can even say it's like watching Alabama and Georgia play for the NFL, and then you turn on you made a good point. Not Tech, but New Mexico State versus Texas El Paso.
Right. Yeah, that's their big rivalry game.
Yeah, I mean, it's like watching that. I mean,
that's their fucking Alabama Tennessee for the year.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's the most packed you'll see their stadium.
Yeah, I mean, look. Unfortunately, which I'm kind of blown away by, is St. Louis. They pack out every single time.
Dude, they deserve a football team.
Exactly.
I hate to
This
say
is the
it.
first home game of the season.
And they sold out.
They did it last time, too.
Yeah.
They did it last time.
Yeah.
Them and Seattle, I think, were the two #1 cities for the XFL attendance. And,
St. Louis is a football town if you look at attendance-wise.
Are they still playing in the Ed Jones Dome?
Yes.
God, that thing's fucking been up forever.
Yeah, and the problem is that I guess they don't want to build a stadium.
Well, yeah, because they don't have a football team.
Yeah,
they don't
but
have a sustainable franchise in St. Louis aside from the hockey team.
Well, I mean,
St. Louis and the fucking their baseball team.
Cardinals?
Yes.
Oh, the Cardinals?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that obviously they like football. They want to play football. St. Louis is a big enough town to literally support a football team. They do with the XFL.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Well, I mean, the NFL wants to. Well, I guess they already said that the NFL doesn't want to expand. If they do expand, they're going to expand outside
the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that, but
that's the thing I don't want. Do you think that's sustainable for the NFL?
No, but they're going to try it.
I mean, I think they're making so much money nowadays that they don't give a shit. Like if there's a will, there's a way, right? So if they're going to pack these players on a plane or give them amenities, give them maybe part-time housing while they're over here. I don't fucking know. Like they're going to figure it out.
I honestly think they should just keep it here.
I think they should
can
too.
I think
it's the best sport in the world, and it should stay that way.
Yeah, and I think they should just, if they want to send up a team over there, because they're talking about if they do expand it, it's going to be Mexico City and
Fucking bring
England.
back NFL Europe. Like call it a day. I also wanted to talk to you about this as well because we talk a lot about the XFL, USFL, spring football, and the talent pool for those leagues.
Brandon,
because,
go masturbate.
yeah, Brandon, go rub one out, buddy. Thanks for your
okay,
call.
I'm going to go to Iowa City pretty soon, so I'm going to drink a lot of beer.
Hell yeah.
There you go, buddy. Have fun. Thank you.
All right, guys.
See ya.
Nothing like a drunk tug at a wrestle meet.
Exactly.
So what what I was fucking saying was shit. What was I saying?
You were saying about I think you said the NFL Europe, then you went to the USFL.
The lack of the talent pool, between these teams. And I think back when NFL Europe was a thing, what did you hear about? You heard about maybe some former NFL guys going over there and potentially playing well enough to go get signed. And the NFL
Brad Johnson played there.
The NFL needs a minor league system.
Kurt Warner played there.
The NFL needs to partner with either one of these leagues or develop their fucking own minor league farm system to where even during the season, kind of like hockey, you can call a guy up, send him back down or whatever if you have to. Injuries arise. I know that's probably rough to run a same schedule deal, but even if you want to do spring football and evaluate that talent pool, I know it would be tough to maybe try and talk some NFL guys who get paid a lot of money to not play in the G League, but I think they need an equivalent to the G League for the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
baseball has a minor league, NBA has the G League.
Every technical professional, the NHL, NBA, MLB, NFL, NFL. That's it. See?
In the NFL, what pisses me off about it, and what everyone gets mad about, is that they're so stingy towards these other fucking leagues. Like, you remember when the XFL first started, and they reached out to the NFL about potentially getting together on a talent pool and trying to figure something out like that, and the NFL was like, "Nah, fuck you."
Yep.
And then they were kind of dicks about the TV deals, and I think that happened with the USFL too when they came around. Like, the NFL did something about their TV deal and they had to adjust it or something. But the NFL has never been open to any of these other leagues having any sort of involvement in, the same talent pool,
because they don't think they need them.
Developing these guys. Like, there's so many players, and there's so many college players too. Let's not forget that if the NFL is a minor league system, these undrafted free agents who never end up playing football ever again have a little bit more of a chance to go fucking make it.
Yeah.
Like, I have a buddy of mine who's like a buddy of a buddy, but perfect example. He went to college, played at some fucking college. I don't know. It was D1 football. But he was an All-American his sophomore and his junior year. He was defensive end. He was like 6'6", 6'7". He was getting scouted by his junior year. He was talking to teams. He was, really getting a prospect up. He had hired an agent, and then goes back to play his senior year, gets hurt first week, and then never goes on to play in the NFL. Like, all that interest died out. You know what I mean? His fucking playing career was over. But if he had another year of eligibility after that as well.
He probably should.
Or actually, no, he was cleared to come back and play the following season.
Yeah,
but
usually
he had run out of eligibility.
You get an injury red shirt.
It was an injury red shirt, but he had run out of eligibility by that point. I don't remember the specifics, but it was like an eligibility deal. So he got caught on a fucking technicality, was cleared and in shape, had been rehabbing, ready to play, didn't get a chance, and that was it. You know what I mean? I don't know if he went to go on and try and play some other football for arena football or any of that shit, but the guys who do that never make it. Never, ever.
Well, I mean, you could say that, but even arena football, if you look at it, you got, success stories. Kurt Warner.
Yeah, Kurt Warner 23 years ago. Look at arena football today.
Well, there's no arena football.
Look at the shape that it is. It's just fucking pathetic. It's jobber. It's, 50, 60 people showing up to the games. Man.
I mean, you can't count that as really a league of football. I mean, come on. That's
all we have. That's all we have.
I mean,
all we have.
I mean, because you look at arena football now.
Well, the Arena Football League is not in particular what I'm talking about, because that folded, I think, 2014.
Yeah.
And it is coming back. So they say.
Supposedly they're trying.
But Indoor Football League, there it is, or National Arena League, one of those two. If you look at it, dude.
Once again, I didn't even know about these 813-90-BBBA.
This is the next best thing. This is what you got.
Arena Football.
That's what you got, bro.
Oh, they're the Barnstormers, huh?
Yeah, roster standouts.
What the fuck is this?
Look at that crowd, bro. Look at that championship crowd. Look at the champions, national championships. It's America's longest running indoor football league. Because they started 3 years after the fucking.
This is history. So, here we go. Alumni. Let's see. Hall of. Okay.
Ooh, who's in their Hall of Fame? We'll see if we know any of these guys.
Former Jackson. Nate Fluitt.
2022 class. Carl Sims.
Um,
Charlie Bozeman. Curtis Riggs. John Petit. Heron O'Neill.
okay.
Fred Jackson.
Fred Jackson from the Bills. Okay, yeah.
Running back Sioux City Bandits.
Brian Prey. Look at this fucker. Holy shit, you're big.
Looks like an offensive lineman, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is. Billings.
Javix Jones, linebacker, Texas Revolution, and the Iowa Barnstormers.
Oh, wow. Pig Brown.
How can we forget Pig Brown?
I'm a Pig Brown fan.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Who's
okay. Corey John.
Man, that Sioux Falls Storm team must have been the greatest of all time. I keep seeing them.
I know. Holy shit.
I don't see any Tampa Bay Storm in here.
Well, they weren't under the IFL.
They were in the AFL. You're right.
But see, yeah, you're right. I mean, none of these guys from 2014 have, Parents Bryant. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, look, I 100% agree that you need to have some kind of minor league system. I think the NFL needs that. There's so much college football now that there's not enough opportunity for these guys to be able to, if they get injured, they're pretty much done. You know, these small leagues like the IFL, they're not taken serious because I feel like you and I could go try out and make the team on some of them.
Of course.
These are pretty sad. I have to click off this page. Another big sign, by the way, I was surprised by it, but David Montgomery, I know people may say, well, but the Lions, man.
It's gonna be good for Detroit. I know they moved on from Jamal Williams, but
is David Montgomery a Lions guy?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, hey coach, how's it going? Is he gonna fit your system?
Yeah, we just want fucking dogs in Detroit. That's what it boils down to.
Is he gonna be? Is he gonna be that guy for you? A 3-year deal?
I think he can fucking be that guy. Did you see that one run last year, the year before? David Montgomery, fucking like 7 guys dragging behind him.
Oh, that's probably the guys you kind of want, right?
That's the blueprint for the type of guy that we want here in Detroit.
Because I think that's kind of how Swift is. So I mean, he's kind of like that.
Swifty kind of a paper tiger after last year, if I'm being honest. But you bring in someone to compensate and to pair next to him, and you got a good-looking backfield.
So, Coach, I mean, why would you get rid of Williams if Jandre Swift is a paper tiger?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Jamal. He obviously had a nose for the end zone. He found a way to score every time he was within 6 inches of the fucking pylon. A lot of those touchdowns, the 19 touchdowns I think he had last year, were all pretty much in the red zone. So let's not give him too much credit here. But as good of a kid as Jamal is,
you mean 17 touchdowns that he had, sir? 17.
Oh, I thought he had like 19, man. I thought he had some fucking crazy number.
It's okay. I mean, 17's pretty good.
So anyways, as much as I like the kid, it truthfully, and if I'm being honest with you, it was the anime stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
he didn't fit into that.
Showing up in the Naruto headband at the training camp and, talking about jinjitsu and fucking casting spells on his teammates and stuff. That just shit doesn't fly on my clock. I like my animation American.
I thought maybe you kind of guys would want to maybe go for Lamar Jackson. Is he not Detroit strong? Or are you more of a Jared Goff guy? Is he strong?
When you look at the complexion of the type of player that Lamar Jackson is, and then you look at a Jared Goff, for example. I'm not saying anything one way or the other, but you and I can both agree that you feel
what
safer.
Are you trying to say, Coach?
You can just tell me that at the quarterback position, there's something about Jared Goff that just feels safer, right?
Oh,
that's the
okay.
word that I'll use.
I got you. Okay,
safer.
So you
seems like a safe. Those running quarterbacks, man, they've never been my fancy. Because if you don't have a quarterback who can throw the ball, then you just got another Jamal Williams on the roster.
So you're confident in Jared Goff this year being 28.
Yeah, I think Jared, 20. Did you say 28 years old?
Yeah, 28 years old.
I thought he was older than that. With him being the guy, I think we can get it done. What do you have, like 29, 28 touchdowns last year?
29, yeah.
Yeah, 4,400 yards ain't nothing to fucking sneeze at. So I think we can make it.
So you
work
guys
with
are
him,
definitely, you're not in the Lamar chase then?
I wouldn't consider us in the Lamar chase. No, I think we could put our money into some better resources.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think the Lions are going to be one hell of a team.
Yeah, me fucking too, bud.
I sure hope so. I sure hope you believe in it. Dan Campbell, Coach Dan Campbell. Sorry for the insults. Maybe you guys might want to shore up on the defense, a free agency instead of a running back. I know your offense is pretty good, but you might want to get some defense there, buddy.
A couple things that we're gonna go ahead and take a look at. Thanks for your input there, accomplished NFL scout. I truly appreciate it.
Listen, Brian doesn't show up a lot of the times, Coach Dan. So you know what? It may be 2 years if you just keep going on the offensive side. There will be an open spot for you.
There we go. Yeah.
I mean, you sound pretty good.
I need guys on my fucking staff who are going to show up, okay?
Yeah, we don't have that here. We don't have that here with Brian. And, yeah, so, I mean, fuck it. I mean, we could have used him a little bit for his stats and, a little bit of, shit talk that he does. But you know what? Fuck it. You know what? We don't want him here for the breaking news on Baker Mayfield because he'd be just negative. And you know what? We're positivity here. Brett turned me around from thinking that the Baker Mayfield signing was a negative. Now he shined it up real nice. And he made me feel positive about it.
Yeah, you're ready to get baked, buddy.
I'm ready to get baked. Let's get baked.
$4 million a year. Incentives push it up to $8.5 million if he plays well. So incredibly low risk for the Bucks. Veteran, free agent, guy with some upside. Let's get baked.
Panthers reach deal with tight end Hurst.
Yeah, Hayden Hurst.
Oh, man.
The former Falcon.
What are the Panthers doing?
They're going in, buddy. I
in
think
on
whatever quarterback they get with
another number one pick?
You're going to want to bring him into the best possible system you can, and luckily that's what they're doing. They're sparing no expense to bring in the team that Frank Reich and his staff is going to want, man. And I truthfully think that they have more of a chance to compete with New Orleans for the division. Or I think they have more of a chance to win the division than New Orleans does at the end of the day. I know they got Derek Carr, but
whoa,
yeah, I mean, unless I don't know, I don't want to overhype them. That defense is what sets them apart. They have. Is it
because
defense.
You are a Ginger fan?
Oh, is that why I'm such a Hayden Hurst guy? Oh, they also got Andy Dalton.
Exactly.
Yeah, Andy Dalton, the difference maker, former Saint, back in the division.
Former Bengal.
Yeah, former.
Is
Saint,
that why? I mean, 2-year deal. Former Saint. I mean, the Panthers give up everything just to get. I mean, who do you think they're going to draft?
C.J. Stroud.
Do you think they're a C.J. Stroud guy? Oh, man, I really hope that the Panthers just so fluff it up and fuck it up that they draft like a wide receiver or defensive player. I mean, how can you trade away DJ Moore and you're bringing in a rookie quarterback and you're giving Andy Dalton no weapons?
Yeah, they got to get a wide receiver, but they have time. They have money still.
Yeah.
Hayden Hurst, you get another wide receiver.
Yeah. I mean, sus at best. Suspect. Yeah. I don't know why the fuck.
Hey, so just an update. We are, I believe, about 35 minutes away from your favorite quarterback appearing on the Pat McAfee show to make his timely decision. Maybe he won't. I guarantee you that's what's going to fucking happen. He probably won't. He'll probably talk for an hour and 15 minutes and won't say a damn thing.
He'll probably fucking talk about some bullshit book or some shit like that. So everyone can tune in. The Pat McAfee show will literally have the most views that it's ever had on YouTube. And listen to and whatever, because everyone will be tuning in. He's throwing literally him and AJ Hawk a huge break. And listen, Pat McAfee does a great show. I mean, I tune into it, right? You listen to it.
Yeah. I'm the first thing I'm gonna do when we get off of here is probably go listen to it.
Oh, happy for you on that one.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, we didn't talk about it. I know you got to get out of here pretty quick. The NCAA is happening this week. Are you a college basketball guy?
No. Unfortunately not. I mean, it's entertaining to watch on TV.
Are you gonna watch? Are you gonna watch? Because I mean, it starts Thursday, and it's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. I mean, I remember For the longest time, always having the TV on in the afternoon, betting on some games, just watching the tournament going on, some of the upsets. In my opinion, you always bet on the early game. Like when you bet the early weeks, you always bet on the long shots because most likely they cover.
Yeah.
But so you're not doing. Oh yeah, that's right.
No,
you didn't join my.
No, I didn't do it last year. I don't think.
Yeah, you didn't join it this year either.
No.
Well, thank you.
I just honestly college basketball, like I don't buy into it that much. Like there's a couple of narratives that I like to follow. People are saying this year it seems like Gonzaga is going to make their first Final Four ever. But
Wait, what?
That's what people are saying.
Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm.
Their first Final Four.
Yeah. Maybe win it.
Yeah, they haven't won it. They've been to the
That's what I
championship.
meant.
Yeah, they've been to the championship a good amount of times.
What I
They
meant.
haven't won it, but I believe they're a 3 seed. I would say 3 seed or 5 seed. Yeah, 3 seed against Grand Canyon. Yeah, I got them going pretty far. Don't want to give mine away. We do have a Bubba Army
don't wanna
one.
give yours away.
Well, I mean, we have a Bubba Army one, and it's on CBS. It's on my Twitter account, Lumix BTLS. If you want to join it, we do have, I think, by 15, 16 people on there. I was gonna try to do it for maybe a little bit of a prize money, but it's just too difficult. Rhett, I mean, honestly, you should tune in this weekend, or are you going to that reggae fest?
The only days I wanted to go were like Friday. Like Thursday I wanted to go, but I don't even know if I want to see 311 that bad. That's the only band I really wanted to see. Friday though is like there's a band called The Elevators there, which I really like. Revolution I want to see. A couple of other bands there on Friday. But like Saturday, Sunday I didn't give a shit. I wasn't gonna go for the whole thing.
Oh well. You know what you should do, because it's gonna be raining around here. You should watch some of those games. I can't stand typing on this fucking keyboard.
It's all sticky.
No, it's so like tiny. I feel like I'm just a little T-Rex. You should tune into a couple games. Honestly, Rhett, I think you'll really like it. I mean,
I was watching the game just last week. It was the semifinals. It was Indiana and Penn State. Did you watch that game?
No.
It was last week sometime.
I was watching some other. I mean, there was a bunch on. I didn't watch that one though.
Yeah, I watched that one. That was a pretty good game. It was fun to watch.
But even like, all right, so I'm looking at the bracket real quick. Like a Maryland West Virginia game. It's at 12:15 in the afternoon. It's going to be a good game. All these games are going to be pretty much a good game. Games like Alabama, Texas A&M, CC will probably be somewhat close in the first half and then just be a blowout.
Right.
So, I mean, Northern Kentucky, Houston, those kind of, but those are the ones you bet kind of on the, on those, because they usually give like 23, 25 points.
Mm-hmm. So
you can kind of catch them good bets on those. But these other ones, when you see, like, let's see here, Pitt, Iowa State. Pitt should be able to compete against Iowa State. Kent State, Indiana. Fuck. All these upsets. I'm getting fucking Bubba gas over here. I honestly think that you have. All right. I mean, I think you would have a greater appreciation of college basketball. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. I'm sure if I dedicate some time to anything, I'll have a much greater appreciation for it.
Yeah, I'm making you watch college basketball. Making you watch college basketball, buddy. We're going to talk about it Monday. I want you to be up to date on it. You are the most knowledgeable sports guy here. I said it today.
Do you feel slighted?
No, I don't feel slighted.
Oh,
because listen,
are you mad? Bubba called me the smartest sports guy.
You do know a lot of sports knowledge, but also there's a lot of
there's a lot of sports history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That like he always says, like Brian, knows all the stats, but I feel like I know a lot about stats. I know a lot about different things, just like you do. You know a lot about more of the newer stuff with especially UFC and different things like that. But I think it takes a collaboration. And you got it, man. You got it. And I just feel like you should watch the NCAA because Monday, I don't want Bubba to go to you and you to not know anything about it.
Yeah. No, I get you.
I
will
just
definitely
I
take
want
a
you to
peek.
watch
Okay,
Indiana
all right.
Kent State, and I want
right.
you to be like Billy Joel or whatever the fuck in Indiana's name
Dick
is.
Vitale.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Dick Vitale is going to be fucking calling some of the. Oh no,
he was
actually,
calling Indiana, Penn State.
he won't be calling any of those games because he said he's only working for ESPN, and these are all on TBS.
Oh,
and
good for him. He had the
CBS.
throat surgery earlier last year.
But he's back, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Well, there you
March
go.
Madness is here.
Oh, look at that! You got another impersonation besides Coach Campbell, and I know you got to go. But everyone out there, listen, join CBS. Go on my Twitter and join our CBS league. I know it's not for anything, but
Twitter
it'd be fun.
at Lumix BTLS.
Yeah, go to Twitter.
So let me ask you a
BTLS.
question. So I know we're kind of going off the cuff here. We're about to wrap up. Somebody had asked for an update in chat on that Flim Flammer that we had talked about a couple of weeks ago. Do you still have his number? Do you want to try calling him again? I'll try and talk to him.
Sure. You think he'll pick up?
No, I don't think he'll pick up, and I think if he does, he'll hang up immediately. But we'll see what happens. I figure we could close the show with a little bit of fun.
Yeah, let me
See if we could just harass him again.
I mean, technically, if you want to text me.
Oh, you don't have a save?
No, I do. No, well, I didn't save it. I just. Oh, I got it.
You got it. All right, cool. Call the ad one. You know which one I'm talking about? Like the business line, whatever.
I think that's the second one you gave me.
Yeah.
Right, hold on one second. Let's have you entertain the masses.
Yeah, of course. You punch in the numbers. We'll figure out. What should someone give me a script? I mean, if someone in chat has a topic idea, I don't think he'll talk to me for very long. I think he'll either recognize my I think he'll either recognize my voice or just hang up once I say you're on the air. Yeah, let's get this businessman on the phone. We got some business to discuss.
Straight to voicemail.
Really? So he probably blocked our number then.
Well, I mean, I called from a different one.
Oh, did you?
Let me call from this one. Let's just see. Maybe he
turned
maybe
that phone
disconnected
off.
that one
Yeah.
because he hasn't been doing too well.
Well, he doesn't recognize. I don't know if he recognizes the studio line from his personal cell. We'll see.
So I think that's the one I had to use last time.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ringing again. One ring.
Turn him up.
Nope. It's done.
No,
He
it's
went
done.
straight to
It's done.
voicemail. So let's do it.
Maybe Dan Campbell should call him.
Hey, this is Dan Campbell.
Oh God, maybe Dick Vitale should call him.
Hey,
baby.
personal one. Hello? Hey, how's it going? Live on the air. How's it going, man? Hello? 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 Hung up.
You didn't turn him up in time.
No, he was turned up. When I said hello, you're live on the air, he stopped talking.
Oh. Well,
Watch.
you should have. Well, I was hoping you had him turned up before he answered.
Because technically you're not supposed to have him on.
Oh, I see.
Can't
I'm
have
just
him
not
on.
going to be able to hear him.
Calling back from a different number, he probably won't pick up. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's gonna let it ring. See,
Yeah, he's in on the.
he said after I said hello, he goes, hello? Hello? Hey. Hello? Mailbox is full.
Press 5.
Oh. Yeah. So mailbox is full. He did pick up.
He did pick up.
He picked up, and I said, hey, you're live on the air. And then that's when I tried to switch over. And
that's always the tough thing to open. See, I had in my mind, I had, I guess I don't know. I don't know if you breach any parameters if you kind of sneak it in there, but I was going to say something along the lines of, hey, Eric, I was hoping to get in touch with you. I got a sports show that I do live on the air.
Yeah, but we technically can't put even that part on.
Sports show, you're live on the air. And
yeah, because if when he answers, so I mean, I can try one more time.
no, don't even worry about it. It's
because
he's not going to answer.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Maybe he'll cuss me out because I'm just.
I know, right? That'd be awesome. I think he's in on the Iggy. But go ahead, go try again.
2, 7, 8, 1. Dump. Let's see.
You can turn him up.
Hello, Eric. Voicemail again.
To send an
it's full.
SMS notification, press 5.
That's all right.
I know. I was hoping that he'd call back, but obviously he's not going to pick up because he knows.
When you, I mean, again, it's suspense for me and anyone listening because you turn him down over here, so I don't hear him in my headphones. So when you started talking and you were asking Eric, I'm like, oh shit, he answered. Like he actually did answer the phone.
Well, he did the first time, and then those other times because there's a long pause from when he hits me the voicemail. So it's because the first time I called when he picked up, it was ring, and then there was nothing. So I was like, hello, and he's like, hello. That's when I said, hey, you're live on the air, and then there was nothing.
That fake deep voice. He's
hello,
such a fucking loser.
Whoa, hey buddy. I was hoping that he'd call back, but unfortunately, he's still.
He's still flim-flamming, skim-scamming. It's okay. It's.
But obviously, his work phone is not working too well.
Yeah, maybe he just hasn't had much luck with that line lately. He had to transfer some stuff over to the personal line. But hey,
man.
For anyone who has his info and knows where to find his content, give him hell. I mean, do what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, give him $600 worth. Isn't that what you owed?
Yeah, he owes me $600.
Yeah, he owes you $600. Give him $600.
We had
nothing physical, nothing in person. Just if you just want to say, hey, can you just pay Rhett? Just pay. Hey, maybe talk to Rhett a little bit. Maybe give him some promises that you can keep.
Yeah, don't harass the guy. Don't attack him personally. But as a fake businessman, as a guy who pretends to put out content, he's just a joke. And we had a verbal agreement that, $100 a week for every week that I made content, did video for him. And he used it for 6 watch parties, and 6 weeks in a row, he had a brand new video and, never got compensation for it. That's all I want, man. I just want to be paid for the work that I did. That's all.
Yep. It's a hardworking man just looking to get paid. But you know what? Brad, it will always come back around. And you know what? He's going to be able to, watch Baker Mayfield.
I know, dude.
On the field.
I know. We're ready to get
Sunday
baked.
Coming up.
Maybe him and I can just get baked together. Forget about this whole thing.
But Red, thank you so much for showing up. And unfortunately, Babyface is on spring break. He obviously still in college.
Cancun.
You know what? He probably is on a fucking cruise. I don't think. He didn't announce it last week that he wasn't going to be there or be here, did he?
No, I don't think he said anything along the line.
Because he texted me and was like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to be able to be there. And I'd like to get, I would like to get Babyface's opinion on what he thinks of this guy that screwed you over for cash.
I know, right? We never really brought it up with him around.
We
you
got to
backfill him on the...
Maybe it's him. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Eric? Oh.
Hey.
Yes. Hey. Live on the Lummy Sports Show. Rhett here, too.
I mean, you didn't say 704. I didn't get an official introduction. What's going on here?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 704. Because I had those other. I had the other number. I had the other number. Rapid.
Lummy was flim-flam, and he thought you were someone else.
Sorry. What's up, 704? Who's this?
So who's on the show today? I just got done. I'm just jumped in the car and saw that you guys signed Baker Mayfield. So
yeah,
I had to give you guys a call.
Yeah, we're about to wrap this show up. 704 Hidden Star. No tennis talk. No basketball talk. We signed Baker Mayfield, former Carolina Panther great. We're talking positive here. Yeah, we're talking positive here about Baker. 10-7 in my opinion this year for the Buccaneers. Whatever you have to say negative about Baker, we are pro Baker. Let's get baked.
Baker. I like Baker. I have no problems with the Mayfield family. They're very great people. I think he'll love it in Tampa.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. I'm glad that he touched your soul while you were in Carolina, or he was in Carolina. We look forward to having him in the studio, most likely live one day, right, Rhett?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The big show.
Yeah, Rhett's got some inside contact with him. So yeah, we only talk positive here about Baker Mayfield, the superstar that he is. Hopefully he throws for 5,000 yards.
Enough about the Bucks. What about my Panthers?
Your Panthers are
pick
fucking
here?
a joke. They traded everything away for a fucking shitty rookie quarterback, probably. You gave up your best wide receiver. You traded away your future for a quarterback. Good luck. You're not drafting the next fucking, superstar. So good luck on that.
What? Are you okay today?
Why? Because I don't think
sound,
that I don't think
very dismissive.
I'm dismissive because I think that it was a shitty trade.
I think if you have a guy and you want that person, I don't mind what we leveraged. And I wasn't a huge Moore fan. I think he's a standard number 2 quarterback, and he disappears. So I didn't really have a problem with that trade. I really didn't, because we have other draft picks, and our defense is just about set. We've made some free agent signings. I think we're going to be looking at top of the division, looking at bottom toward.
Well, listen, I don't know if you and Rhett smoked the same thing today, but you smoked something, and I'm going to tell you something right now. If you think the Carolina Panthers are going to be on the top of the division with whatever the fuck you have and everything you've traded, then you are Andre Agassi, all right? You are Jim Courier. You are Pete Sampras, because the Carolina Panthers literally just traded away their future draft picks because they are going to suck next year. They won't have a number 1 pick, and that's my opinion. So you might as well just start P.J. Walker next year. Oh no, I'm sorry. You got Andy Dalton, so you can put all your eggs in Andy Dalton's basket, and we'll see you next year at 5-12.
I just really feel like you're not even, Lummy, it doesn't even sound like you're using your radio voice today.
I didn't know I had a radio voice, but I will.
Yeah, radio voice.
Hey, Rhett, the Carolina Panthers will Panthers will go 5-12 next year.
Hey,
what do you think
buddy,
about that?
I don't know. They got some good pieces on defense. They had that really big defensive draft a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's
it's
17 minutes to the top of the hour here. We got 704 on the line who really loves the Carolina Panthers trade right now. And, I think the Carolina Panthers trade is great.
Yeah, we'll keep it locked right here. Number 1 sports show in Tampa Bay. Here, jamming and dick slamming on your radio, buddy.
Yeah, jamming and slamming. That's right. They're ready. You know how to go. Call it. Hey, you know what? We got a heavy traffic jam on I-4 right now going over the overpass. So maybe avoid that. Maybe take the exit 1 off there and get off the off ramp. But hey, you know what? Whatever quarterback that you guys draft and the first pick that you guys think is lock, socked, and ready to barrel or whatever it is, I don't fucking know what I'm saying right now. But you know what? Good luck, buddy, because the Carolina Panthers are gonna suck still, and you ain't going to no Super Bowl anytime soon.
You left out one thing, though. You didn't
what?
say
The Panthers suck. Got it.
No, come on. You didn't. Come on.
What?
Hey, come on, say it, Lummy. You know what it is.
No. What am I supposed to say there?
Come on.
You're supposed to say it's always hot on your YouTube dial. You didn't say
rip that dial off and keep it here. Turn that knob all the way up. Crank it up and rip that dial off because you're listening to Carolina Panther Radio, where we're gonna suck the next 20 years. We got good 1 year with Cam Newton.
Who do you have winning the NCAA tournament?
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm in a bracket.
Well, I took Providence College all the way.
And this is where you get hung up on because you will not be winning your bracket because there's no way that the Providence, whatever the fuck they are, the Providence Patriots.
Friars, baby.
You didn't even go to Providence. You went to fucking a different school.
Seton Hall. And Brown, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even qualify for the tournament.
Okay, great. I'm glad you cheer for Providence then. It's like me cheering for whatever. All right, you know what, Hinstar? Great call there. Thank you so much, Hinstar. Yeah, you're the number 1 caller on the number 1 sports show on YouTube from 12 to 12:45.
Hey, buddy, before you go, tell everybody listening right now, what's your favorite sports show?
Oh my God, it's the Lummy Sports Show! Oh my God, I got through!
There's caller number. Jesus Christ, we just got a shit ton of calls. All right, see you later, Hensar. We'll wrap these up, these phone calls. 440. 440. Hello, 440. Hello there, 440. How can we help you today on the Lummy Sports Show?
Oh, sorry. That's the wrong number.
All right, there. You are caller 5.
That was probably our boy.
No,
That was probably our boy.
Oh, shitballs.
That probably was.
Oh, 440. Fuck, it might have been.
Yo, what's up, Lummy? What's up, Brett?
What's up, man?
Just wanted to call, Thuggish Ruggish wanted to let you know a little bit. Baker history. He's got the longest pass attempt in the NFL.
Let's fucking go.
Record. He's got a 95% rating in 2020,
yes,
93% in 2018. One of those years he was a top 10 quarterback. He got hurt, shouldn't have played. He should have rested the year he got hurt. But
yeah.
he's got heart. He wants to win. Hopefully he's not toxic in the locker
Took the
room.
Browns to the postseason.
Yeah, took the Browns.
For the first time in a long time.
Yeah, like the Browns didn't do shit
Who does that?
until Baker got there. And since he left, they haven't done shit.
Not at all. They are shit.
Pull up the video of Baker getting tossed the beer can.
We can't because we are on YouTube. We can't pull up any videos.
I think Lummy's just stuck in radio mode. He's broken.
You are calling into radio. What is your next trade?
You got a jar here full of teeth.
There you go. No, listen, Baker's going to be great. Listen, I'm being very positive about this whole entire situation, and so are you. He has the greatest, longest pass ever. He is the greatest quarterback you've ever seen. He is the greatest everything. Baker Mayfield, you are now my hero. I'm replacing Tom Brady poster in my bedroom with a Baker Mayfield poster.
Oh, speaking of which, I said it in chat. I don't know if you guys caught it. It's kind of coincidence that Tom Brady in the 50-year NFL commercial handed off his rings to Baker, and here's Baker replacing him in Tampa. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Ooh.
Super weird. You know what?
Well,
you just nailed it. You know what? I think that might have been actually him.
I think I might have been him too.
Son of a bitch. Did you hear his voice?
That voice didn't sound just like. Are you going to call that number back? You should.
Unfortunately.
Fortunately, you have to because he was on the air, so he already,
Well, technically. See if he picks up.
Turn him up.
I gotta. If he doesn't pick up, then
Eric?
Or maybe he's now freaked out since he didn't pick up for multiple. No, it's just ringing. True Ed Kelly could have been Andy Dalton. Could have been Andy Dalton, and luckily it wasn't. You know what? That is a very good positive point.
I'm glad that we dodged. I think we dodged a bullet by not getting the Red Rocket because
I 100%. Hello? Did you call the sports show?
Send an SMS notification.
Oh, that sucks. But you know what? It's a good way to end to this positive radio or sports show. We don't have Andy Dalton. We got Baker Mayfield, everybody.
Big Bake.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And you know what? We're going to find out here pretty soon what happens to Aaron Rodgers. And the Carolina Panthers are going to suck for the longest time. Rhett, thank you so much for being able to be here.
Thanks for having me.
And Brian, we'll see you whenever we see you. We might have to rename the sports show to something else so you show up. But you know what? We are live tomorrow, twitch.tv/the Bubba Army. And for all your Bubba Army merch, go to Bubba Army shop, BubbaArmyStore.com. Thank you, everyone. We will see you in the morning. Have a great rest of your day. See you guys.